So you've created a product with a really unique look, and now you're facing a huge question. How do you actually protect it? It's not just about having a cool design. It's about building an intellectual property moat that your competitors just can't get across. So today, let's break down exactly how you do that.
And that really gets to the heart of the matter, right? You know your design is special, but honestly, that's not enough. The real question is, which specific visual parts are your most powerful competitive weapon? Nail this, and you've got a serious defense. But get it wrong? Well, you've basically just rolled out the welcome mat for copycats to come in and design right around you.
And that's where this core concept comes in: design, patent, scope. The easiest way to think about it is like a legal fence you build around your product's appearance. But look, don't get it twisted. This is not just some legal paperwork you file away. No, it's a strategic business decision that directly impacts your pricing power and how well you can fight off those copycats.
Okay, so your first option, let's call it the fortress. This is the big, all-encompassing approach where you patent the entire look and feel of your product from top to bottom, every single curve. You're not just protecting one feature, you're defending the whole silhouette.
So when does building a fortress actually make sense? Well, this strategy is a total winner when your product's whole identity comes from its total shape. Think about a smart speaker, where every single curve just flows together to create one seamless impression. If that full shape is the signature, and you're probably not going to change it much, this broad protection is your best bet. It stops a competitor from just changing a tiny detail and claiming, hey, it's a new design. If they copy that overall vibe, they're in trouble.
All right, now let's talk about option number 2, the sniper. And this is a totally different game plan. Instead of trying to protect everything, you get super precise. You aim your patent only at the most unique, most valuable features of your design. So, you might be asking, why is this sniper approach so powerful? Sometimes even more powerful. Well, it's because you're zoning in on the one thing that truly makes your product scream you. Think about the distinct camera bump on a smartphone, or a really unique button layout. It makes calling out a copycat super obvious. If they copy that one element, there's really no argument. Plus, and this is huge, it gives you the freedom to update the rest of the product in the future without messing up your core protection.
Okay, let's put these two side by side and really look at the trade-offs. The fortress gives you this wide shield. It's broad coverage for those stable, unified designs, but it's not very flexible. The sniper, on the other hand, is like a sharp spear. It's incredibly precise, perfect for those signature features on products that are going to change over time, and it makes proving someone copied you way cleaner. The million-dollar question for you is, which weapon do you need in your arsenal?
Okay, so you get the options: the fortress, the sniper. But how do you actually choose? It can feel a little overwhelming. So let's walk through a simple 3-point framework to help you make the right call for your business.
First up, you've got to pinpoint your signature element. What's that core visual hook that your customers instantly recognize? The one thing that's probably going to survive into version 2, 3, and 4. Step 2, go do your homework on the competition. How do they operate in your market? Are they making total clones, or are they just lifting key features? Your strategy has to be a direct answer to that threat. And number 3, and this is huge, make sure it aligns with your business model. Are you building one single iconic flagship product, or a whole family of products that need to share a consistent design language?
When you boil it all down, it really comes to this. The goal isn't just to be as broad or as narrow as you can. The real challenge, the real art, is landing right in that sweet spot where your legal protection is a perfect mirror of your product's true visual identity. And, just as important, it serves your actual business strategy.
But hey, choosing your scope, that's really just step 1. Now let's zoom out a bit and see how this one decision fits into a much bigger, much stronger strategy for building a truly defensible IP moat.
The really savvy companies, they don't just pick one. They use both. Think of it like a layered defense. You might use a fortress patent to protect your main version 1.0 product, and then layer on a few sniper patents to protect those core visual elements that are going to carry over into versions 2 and 3. Doing it this way closes all those little gaps that a copycat would just love to exploit between your product updates.
And why are we even talking about this? Why does it matter so much? Because a well-protected design is a massive business asset, for sure. It gives you pricing power because people will pay more for something that's genuinely unique. It creates brand exclusivity, making your product instantly recognizable on a shelf, and it gives investors a ton of confidence that you actually have a defensible spot in the market. See, this isn't just a legal document collecting dust. No way. It's a real deal commercial weapon.
And it's so important to remember, design patents are just one piece of the pie. The most protected products have a complete IP shield. Think of it like a three-part defense. Your design patent protects what it looks like, your trademark protects your brand, and a utility patent protects how it works. When you have all three working together, man, you become a nightmare to copy.
Okay, and one last thing, and this is absolutely critical. Timing is everything. The second you show your design to the public, I'm talking on a website, in a demo, even in a pitch deck, it becomes public knowledge. That's called prior art, and that stuff can actually come back to torpedo your patent down the road. The golden rule is file first. Protect yourself before you show it to anyone. Don't wait. So I'm going to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Take a hard look at your product. Is its design just window dressing, or is it your most powerful competitive weapon? By choosing the right scope and building that layered defense, you can turn that unique look into a serious strategic asset.